Hello, virgin ceiling. Now, did I get everything in that one? I feel like I did. There was no choice. When I opened my eyes, I saw the ceiling before me. The three semicircular canals deep inside my ears informed me that my body was lying face up. Looking up to my right, I saw Lynn. She was sitting on a wooden chair, her back to me. I was in the shelter cabin. A transfer must have occurred, since it had now happened a fifth time. 2.5 round trips to be exact. I wasn't all that surprised. Damn it, I was only half done. Got up and stood beside the bed. And I want to tell her something important too. Complained as I scratched my head. Had she heard me? Lynn shifted her attention towards me for a moment. Pulling a bored face, she took away just as quickly. I thought of confirming the time and dug a hand into my pocket. But what appeared from within it wasn't the wristwatch. It was a small electronic device in the shape of a remote control. A small liquid crystal display showed Roman letters. Voice recorder. It appeared to be an audio recording device. I was about to push the playback button but stopped short. I should confirm the time first. With the voice recorder or VR still in my hand, I took a look around the cabin. The walls, the shelves, the table, the beds, there were no signs of the watch anywhere. I looked down at my left wrist. Nothing there. Just as I realized that there was nothing there, I felt a sense of oppression on my right wrist. Raised my right arm. There it is. Clearly the ordinary analog wrist. It was a small wristwatch and quite feminine. It gave the time as 1:10. I opened my eyes just a few moments ago, so I couldn't have been more than 2 or 3 minutes, which means the transfer occurred at 1:07. Well, there is a margin of error, but for now an approximation was perfectly acceptable. It wasn't Default's timing erase. For now I engraved the time 1:07 into my memory. Before that, why the right arm? No, left or right didn't matter in the slightest to me. Anyway, having anything attached to my wrist feels annoying to the nth degree. How do I say this? It can't settle down, it's annoying and kind of itchy. I probably didn't notice the wristwatch until now because I had my mind full of other things. But now that I'm aware of it, it's hopeless. This kind of thing bothers me. What? This kind of thing bothers me so much I can't stand it. I'd really, really like to remove these boobs too. If I could, do you intend to make me chew them as well? I can't take them off like I can with the wristwatch. Off it goes. Took off the wristwatch and fastened it to the ladder of the top bunk. Now then, focus on the room again. Come to think of it, where did Yomogi and Uni go? Couldn't see them anywhere. I asked Lynn. Say, where'd the old man and the kid go? Downstairs. They went to get some rations. I see. And you are so stubborn, aren't you? What? The way you're thinking. Why don't you just give it up already? I see Lynn still believes that I'm pretending to be Yukidoh. I wanted to retort with, you're much more stubborn than you know, but I bit back my words just in time. Food, huh? It's already lunchtime, isn't it? Changing the subject, I peered into the rectangular hole by the door. Just then, Fuyukawa-san! The voice came from behind me. Don't turn around. Didn't turn around. You'd think I'd fall for a third-rate trick like that. My silent back clearly declared, I'm not Fuyukawa. After a while, Yukidoh-kun then? Had I finally reached her? Lynn asked me then in a probing tone. Don't turn around. I still refused to turn around. I almost fell into a trap and I noticed it in time. This is a leading question. If I turn around after being called Yukidoh-kun, then it would all be over. But she's never called me Yukidoh-kun, not even once. Satoru is the name she calls me. Although she herself hates being referred to without any honorifics, Lynn always called me that. So I didn't move. I wonder what kind of expression she had in her face, but I couldn't turn around. You've been taught well. Who trained you? She's trying that card now. By saying something to rub me the wrong way, she's trying to express my true character. Quite a skillful move. But of course, I pretended that I couldn't hear her. There was a short silence, and finally... Satoru? For a moment I hesitated. Satoru, can you hear me? If I don't react now, all I've done up until now will be for nothing. Though I still have my doubts, I casually turned around. You're quite an interesting girl. As Lynn shook her head as though in self-derision. I can see that you got spirit. If not for your great resolution, you've never made it this far. She laughed happily to herself as she smoothed the stray hair behind her ear. I hadn't seen the cheerful smile in a long time. I'd really missed that smile. She still doesn't believe I'm Satoru, but I thought it was fine anyway. Because I'd seen the chance to see that bright smile again. Her smile had a certain charm. It wiped all my anxiety and fear away. It was just a pity that the smile of hers was such a rare sight. But maybe it's because it's so rare that it's also so charming. Hey, what about lunch? I'm starving up here. Lynn called down to the storeroom below. Yeah, we're coming right up. We were just tidying up a bit. God, you're slow. Can't you do that all later? Lynn propped her crossed legs up on the log chair and tapped an impatient rhythm against her with the high rear heel of her shoe. The lamp? Nope. Outside the window, the snowstorm continued. If the weather doesn't improve, the rescue team probably won't come. Yomogi said so last night. Even though it was still daytime, the sky remained the mournful grey of watered-down ink. It felt as though the snowstorm would continue like this forever. Not satisfied with merely claiming the heavens, the dark clouds had crept into the shelter cabin as well. So as if to take them off. Miserable. Alright, I'm gonna go back to this. Turn around. Turned around. There, just like I thought, Lynn grumbled triumphantly. Feeling defeated, I still spoke out. Hey Lynn, listen, well, okay? The person's reactions change according to time and place. Depending on how many others there are around you, whether there's anybody else around besides you, or just you, other person, or three or more, a person would behave differently in each of these situations. That's one of the basic tenets of psychology. Even you've heard of this, right? So what? So I turned around. There's no one in this room right now aside from you and me. If one party were to speak, isn't it natural for the other to turn in the direction of their voice? Is that so? I wouldn't turn around though, not unless it were my own name. Lynn's overconfident attitude remained unshaken. I guess it'd be futile to say anything else. That's just how she is. Lynn was someone who, as a rule, only got into fights when she could decide the outcome. Even if a judge were to find the accused guilty, if she didn't agree, she would declare them innocent and release from all charges. In her mind, of course, she had always deemed other people's opinions of her trivial. She rarely even listened to them. Her absolute truth was always what she believed within herself. Even when we broke up, how did it go again? Couldn't remember anything. Just a vague sense that it was a one-sided parting wrapped my mind like a blurred after-image. Hey, what about lunch? Okay, yeah. Starving up here. Lynn called down to the storeroom below. Yeah, we're coming up. We're just tidying it up. God, you're slow. Can't you do it all that later? Lynn propped her crossed legs up on a log chair and impatiently tapped the high heel on her shoes against it. Okay. Cool. Okay, so let's do it again. Turn around. Turn around. There, just like I thought, Lynn giggled triumphantly. As I looked at the smile, I thought, damn it, I've been had. Lynn, your justifications won't do any good. This proves that you're not Satoru, because I've never once called him Yukidoh-kun. Oh, wait a minute, Lynn. I know that, I really do. I know that, but somehow what? I was at a loss for words. Why did I turn around? Even I didn't know why. All I could say is that my body moved on its own. Ooh. I did say originally that I think the choices we make are just the outcomes and not the character's choices half the time. So that just points towards it. Too bad, Fuyukawa-san. Or should I call you Yukidoh-kun now? It's harder than you thought to trick someone else, isn't it? Especially someone with such a sharp mind, see? Lynn smiled at me, elated with her success. As frustrating as it is, I can do nothing but admit defeat. Even I now realize that the path of action I chose was a mistake. To me, who lost his outward Yukidoh Satoru-ness, my speech and mannerisms were the only one to show on me. In short, now that I've lost the body of Yukidoh Satoru, it's more important than ever that I behave as Yukidoh Satoru should. This is far more difficult than tricking another person or anything like that, because it's almost like I have to do an imitation of myself. Well, that's what I think. What the hell is the inner Yukidoh Satoru-ness? My meanness? There's a fable about the centipede who loses the ability to walk straight when he tries not to step on his feet, which I feel that my current situation closely resembles. I feel like the more I try not to think about meanness, the more it diminishes. What a pain this is. It's really tricky. Thinking about this had tired me out, so I unsteadily lowered myself to one of the nearby log chairs. Ooh, this one didn't go with where's dinner kind of thing. That's interesting. Yuruki game of... Okay, looks like it's coming to nice boil. Yuruki gave an energetic shout. He rubbed his hands together in anticipation as he approached the stove. Using the sleeve of his shirt in place of an oven mitt, he grasped the handle of the kettle. I like how we already had 4% on this, even though we just started it. Apparently we're going to make freeze-dried vegetable seeds and rice gruel after this. Oh, okay. Oh, no, that's later on. I was thinking, oh, this is after we've decided what we want for dinner, but no, that's later. Uni, Lin, and I were holding our mugs with the powdered gruel based inside, waiting for Yomogi to pour in boiling water. Wait, is it? No, I think this is after that. I think... Yeah, because the next time we transfer is when we're eating. Because that's when Cocoro comes back. We're all eating and then Meizumi steals our food. So yeah, this is just before then. Who wants it first? Don't answer. Me. Well, then the first prize goes to the contestant with the most energetic answer, Unicorn. Yes, I did it. Now just wait for a minute. Clearly reply before he did. I never once said that I picked the fastest one now, did I? Those with the most energy take precedence. That's the basic rule of the mountains. Don't lie. Meaning? In a time of crisis, it's common sense to prioritize women and children with low stamina. What did you say just now? I said women and children with low stamina. Ah! Well, that's how it is, Meizumi. Children go first, and women go second, okay? That's not fair. Article 14 of the Constitution of Japan, all of the people are equal under the law. Here you go, Unicorn. Here comes your hot water. Yomogi spoke in a soft, coaxing voice, completely blocking out Lin's continuing assertion. Thanks so much, Yomogi-san. Uni answered with sparkling eyes. Oh, it's so nice to be thanked so politely. That's pouring water. Well then, next up is... After he finished pouring the water, Yomogi glanced back and forth between me and Lin and said, Yukidoh-kun, I guess. Me? Why is she going first? Because she's a woman. I'm a woman too! Oh, is that right? Damn this mountain maniac! Stifling his laughter, he tilted the kettle towards my mug. The gruel base began to dissolve. The ingredients, which reminded me of baby food, all blended together into an even broth, and the rice gruel gradually filled the mug. Without saying a word, I set it down in front of Lim. I don't mind getting lost. What, is it okay? Yeah, I'm a guy after all. Lin and Yomogi stared at me uncomprehendingly. I forcibly pushed the mug towards Lin and sat down on a log chair in the nearby table. I placed my mug of rice gruel in front of me. Although Yomogi had told me that I should try to make myself eat something, I really had no appetite. The other three were silently spooning gruel into their mouths. Gripping the spoon with my right hand, I meaninglessly poked at the bottom of the mug over and over again. My body wants energy. It wasn't my own body, but I was at least able to figure that out. Her body nerves were directly connected to my consciousness. If I can feel pain, then I can feel her hunger as well. I've got to try and eat something, I thought. Thinking of Fuyukawa Cocoro's well-being, I had no choice but to eat. I spooned up such of the gruel in front of me and tossed it into my mouth. I swallowed with a loud gulp. It didn't taste like anything. Our food situation sure didn't seem to have improved. A small sigh escaped me. What was Fuyukawa Cocoro doing right now? Right now, she was in the body of Sphere. That's right, I was about to forget something important. Sorry, I need to step out for a second. Saying those words, the three of them, I stood up from the table. Oh yeah, the voice recording. I headed down to the underground storeroom. Searching through my pockets, I took out the voice recorder from before. I'd missed my chance to tell Cocoro something important before the last transfer. I sorted out what I had to say inside my mind, then pushed the record button. Cocoro, this is a continuation of my message from before. Since I don't know when we'll transfer again, I'll just get down to business. Calm down and listen, okay? Actually, it seems in my body, it seems someone is after my life. Now, I can't really confirm that yet, but it somehow feels that way. Two incidents that seem too unnatural to be accidents happen one after another. I don't know who the culprit is. Don't have any guesses as to who it could be either. Here, there's Asumi, Uni, and Inabushi. No, it might be better if I called her Tsuzukage Hitori. Anyway, one of these three is trying to kill me. Having said that much, the next sentence caught my throat. Would it be wise for me to continue recording? What would Fuyukawa Cocoro think after hearing this? I don't know her mental state. It's not possible for me to see her facial expressions either. She might be terrified, having been caught up in the transference phenomenon. Recording this message could cause her even more anxiety. What should I do? After much hesitation, I decided to continue. Even if it does cause her anxiety, it's better than leaving her defenseless, I decided. Of course, even I don't want to think about that. It'd be nice if this was just baseless society. However, it wouldn't be going overboard. Just stay cautious. Isn't that right? The body is mine, but at the same time it's yours. If you happen to lose your life while you're in that body, you can probably use your imagination, right? Counting on you, Cocoro. Doing what I can while I'm here too. Later then. Sound data saved. Data 2 saved appeared on the LCD screen. I returned my voice recorder to my pocket. Then I looked around the storeroom. Something to write on, something to write on. Digging to the bottom of the toolbox, I managed to find a worn-looking felt-tip pen. Is there any paper? I didn't find anything like a notebook or a memo pad. Guess I can use this box. Tore off a little piece of cardboard box and ran my pen across it. Please listen to the voice recorder. This two-stage method was troublesome, but I couldn't think of any other option. If possible, I didn't want the other three to know about this personality exchange phenomenon. Now, I wouldn't mind if they knew, but they'd probably lose trust in me if I tried to explain it to them. I didn't want to attempt the impossible. The contents of the message were meant to be for Cocoro alone. Folding up the scrap of paper, I gripped my hands as I climbed back up. Okay, I want to see something. Something to write on. Be nice if just baseless anxiety, however, it won't be going overboard to stay cautious, isn't that right? Body's mine, but at the same time it's yours. If you happen to lose your life while you're in that body, you can probably use your imagination. Counting on you, doing what I can while I'm here. I think, because I remember this gets cut off. Because Cocoro ends up jumping before she can hear it all. I think it cuts off like right after this point, because I remember it said something about he paused and then I kept on listening and then she jumped. So I think the bit after this is all she didn't hear. It isn't much though. It's just him talking about how it's just baseless anxiety and stuff. Okay, so it isn't that important. Hey, what were you doing down there? Uni suddenly asked me as soon as I stepped out a ladder. Nothing much. Leaving it to that, I returned to my seat. You're weird, Satoru. I'm muttering that, Uni returned to his meal. I faced Yomogi and held out this folded scrap of paper. Could you give this to Cocoro when she gets back? When she gets back? Yomogi tilted his head. It was still uneasy. My personality changes back to Cocoro's. Please give her this. Perhaps he understood, since Yomogi quietly took it from me. Don't forget, okay? Don't forget, okay? Sure. He said it easily, slipping the scrap of paper into his pocket. Yomogi didn't appear to be harboring any remaining doubts that our personalities were exchanging places. Uni was the same. As though I took my seat, Uni had called me Satoru like it was the natural thing to do. He probably had already come to terms with it completely. He probably accepted me as another personality that had sprouted from within Fuyukawa Cocoro. Lynn alone still suspected the DID theory, but since last night and even just now, she'd stopped treating me with the open suspicion she displayed before. Had she given up, or maybe she just decided that it was too much of a pain to continue? In any case, nobody was dismissing my own explanation for my own behavior anymore. Should I be happy about this or not? Am I absentmindedly thought that? I picked up the spoon and gripped it into the ground. Jump! Yeah, I do need to go back and choose the other option, though. Alright, let's answer. Me! 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 Well, the first prize goes to the contestant with the most energetic answer, Uni. Yes, I did it! Now wait a minute, I clearly replied before he did. What are you talking about? I was the fastest, wasn't I? Shut up, you swindler. Article 246. A person who defrauds another of property shall be punished by imprisonment with work not more than 10 years. I'll throw you in prison. Since when the hell do you have the authority? Go on, you two, knock it off. I never once said that I picked the fastest. Those are the most energy takes precedence. It's basic rule of the mountains. Don't lie. Is this supposed to be the other way around? So anyway, here you go, Yuni-kun. Here comes your hot water. Thanks so much, Yomogi-kun. Thing. Yes, as soon as we think so politely. Once the water was poured, Uni leaned back into Yomogi's back. Bleh! Then turned towards us and stuck out his tongue. Old man. Behind you! Huh? Yomogi turned around, but by the time Uni was already sitting politely on a chair. Yeah, damn you little brat. Making fun of us? Yomogi turned around again. As Yomogi turned his head, Uni quickly stifled his laughter. For some reason my appetite began to disappear before the meal was even served. Okay, cool. There we go.